Now we're back underway here at 133 pounds. It'll be John Morrison from Oklahoma State, ranked 6th in the country, taking on Chris Dardanes of Minnesota. Dardanes coming in, the All-American, ranked 7th in the nation. Back in December, this match was won in overtime by Dardanes. Then he was ranked number 5. Dardanes had a rough go of it this morning, got pinned by Tony Ramos from Iowa.
Yeah, that was a match that was close for a while, and Ramos kind of opened it up and really pinned Dardanes on just a tight waist kind of tilt ride, one that you wouldn't expect it to give up the back points. I'm not quite sure he had both shoulders down, but nonetheless, the referee called a fall, and now Dardanes is on the path back. But I'll tell you what, he has to be excited about his brother Nick, who basically turned that meet around with the win against Mark Ballweg from Iowa at 141. So his brother was able to go out there and really make up for the effort. So that's what brothers do.
A couple of Illinois wrestlers out on the mat. Chris Dardanes, Chicago area, Oak Park River Forest, coached by Mike Powell, while Morrison, Orland Park, Carl Sandburg High School, 2 of the power programs in the Illinois, the Chicago area, and they're mixing it up. Those programs have put out D1 guys left and right. Right now we're scoreless about halfway through period number 1.
And right now the activity level as far as the heavy hands and controlling the ties has been all Dardanes. He's been pretty solid. There's a kind of a half shot by Morrison that right into the power of Chris Dardanes. Again, Dardanes really likes to work the head. Going to pull you down, and if you react to that, he's coming right back into a good elbow post. Likes to post above the elbow. He takes the thumb and the forefinger, with the web between the thumb and the forefinger, tries to jack up the arm. That's just a post type of move to be able to go ahead and get in there and attack. So works the head first, then comes to the post.
A minute to go, still scoreless. Both these wrestlers pretty proficient in their double leg offense as well. We saw it with Morrison and his win over Nathan McCormick earlier. He hit a, got a nice level change, blasted through with the double leg, and that's something Dardanes has been known for as well, as his double leg takedown.
Yeah, I think that's been a little bit of the problem with Chris, is that he set it up pretty well with his hands, but his lower body hasn't moved with quite the same efficiency that you see with his there you see it right there. Not quite able to bring his hips to the party on that shot. And then you've got Morrison, who I think you're going to have success against Dardanes. He's going to have to be able to go ahead and get a little bit lower and get to the corner. Dardanes is really too powerful to take on unless you get below the knee.
20 seconds to go, still scoreless in the neutral position with a couple Illinois natives mixing it up here. Big 10 and Big 12 on the mat here at the 2013 NWCA Finals. Good single leg attempt by Morrison. Great job by Dardanes just to bull out of that.
Yeah, a little bit more about to do with the grip that Morrison took on that. He's going ahead and attacking the inside grip and then getting the leg back. Again, the first decent attempt by Morrison, but you saw he has the technical skills to score. He's going to go ahead and shake the down position, start the second period.
Fans getting a little rowdy down there in the corner for the 3rd place match with Iowa and Missouri. We've already seen an upset down there. Alan Waters knocked off Matt McDonough at 125, so
yeah,
that's going to cause some funkiness in the rankings going into the postseason. The match you're watching here, 15 seconds into period number 2. Morrison going to turn and face and get a 1-point escape and take a 1-point lead over Chris Dardanes here at 133 pounds, along with Jim Gibbons, Jason Bryan here. Thank you for joining us at the NWCA Cliff Key National Duels here on Fox College Sports.
See that activity level. Motions running high in that Iowa and Missouri meet, spilling over here to this match here with the Cowboys and the Gophers.
1:10 to go. Still a 1-0 lead for Morrison. Riding time not a factor at 17 seconds.
It's kind of funny that stall warning there on Morrison. He's backed up.
Got to kind of agree with that when he just backed straight out that sequence.
Yeah. It's funny, the Gopher fans have time after watching their wrestler go out there to take a little break from the action and boo Tom Brands for a little bit. A call from Iowa.
They don't even have to be on the same mat. It's just the presence. As Dardanes in on a single leg, trying to work up, shelves the leg, now lifts it.
Does a nice job of getting his hips in. Now he's going to go ahead and You got to bring his hips in, just like you're doing a clean. You know, a clean, if you can bring your hips in, you get a little bit closer to that leg. Now, Morrison able to show a little bit of flexibility here, hand fight. He's got to try to get that leg down. He's able to do it. Wow. That was impressive defensively. And, you know, you want to be 1,000% as much as you can, 100% on those scoring opportunities in tight matches. You get a leg all the way up, you got to bring that one home.
Under 10 to go here in period number 2. Dardanes will have the choice in the third. And barring something from the corner that we're not expecting, Dardanes will start down here in the third period. Brandon Eggum up in the corner along with Luke Becker and head coach Jay Robinson, who made his return to the mat a couple weeks ago after knee surgery. His like 900th, I believe it is. It's up there.
Yeah, he's fantastic career, University of Minnesota.
I think it's 58 knee surgeries. I think it's the last count.
Yeah, I think this one has been kind of tough. So good to see him back in the corner.
On the restart here in the third, Morrison in the top position. Dardanes up to his feet. Kicks away, 1-point escape, so we're tied up at 1. Here at 133, this was sudden victory in their dual meet earlier in the year.
Well, you can see why. These guys are evenly matched. They like to go kind of wrestle on the railroad tracks, as I say. You know, you can put a set of railroad tracks between them. They're not going to move too far off of that set of tracks. They come right at each other. They have a difficult time getting to each other's corner or rotating the other's upper body. And Dardanes likes to come with those freight train doubles, and Morrison from Oklahoma State, just a little bit different, likes to go ahead and rotate that body and get a little bit of a high crotch action going to that leg that has the knee pad. I think the first athlete that's able to go ahead and attack below the knees got an opportunity to score.
1:05 remaining. Dardanes and Morrison knotted at 1.
Norrison's got
it pushing the action towards the edge of the match. You think he's trying to draw another stall call here?
Well, that's where you want your crowd to get involved here. The Gopher crowd, very astute about wrestling matters here, knows that if Dardanes can go ahead and be solid, but what he doesn't want to do too much is that he respects Morrison's ability to be able to drop the bottom out of his stance and get to his legs, so he's not going to push too hard.
Oh, one thing the Minnesota fans will be quick to call is they will let an official know if they think somebody's stalling or not.
Yeah, there's a nice scoring attempt by Dardanes or Morrison, and he follows it up with just another straight double leg. He's picked up his intensity, 2 back-to-back shots, but now you've got a scoring opportunity. And this is where you have to compete. This is to be a college wrestler, you got to compete in that position. You see Morrison was able to go ahead and get up to his feet. Good action there.
Yeah, under 10 to go now, third period. Collar tie to the inside by both wrestlers. Coming up at 5 seconds. And we will head to sudden victory. 1 minute on the clock. Bonus wrestling here in the National Duels Finals. A couple months ago, it seems like an eternity ago in the Sports Pavilion, these guys did the same thing, went to sudden victory. That match was won by Dardanes. Oh, good angle by Dardanes, just couldn't quite follow it up.
Good, nice job of passing the elbow and dropping in on the shot, but again, having a difficult time following up what he does such a great job of doing was setting up with the head-hands defense. Now Morrison has that underhook, kind of releases the advantage. Now he comes back to that high crotch type shot, head to the outside shot on that leg that has the knee pad on it.
Yeah, couldn't quite get past the down block of Dardanes with his stance. Keeps that low center of gravity, his arms low. Is like when he shoots into you, he catches you with his arms.
Yeah, but what we've seen, though, is that Dardanes has got taken down a few times from a little bit wider range than what Morrison is offering up right now. Backing up and then that straight double leg. Dardanes is doing a good job of measuring Morrison's activity. And straight double leg, that's what we talked about right there.
Whizzing in, no points. 2 and 1, and we will go to the tiebreakers, Jim. Oh, probably Morrison's best offensive effort there in short time. If there's a time to blast through it, that would have been it. But great job at Dardanes throwing the whizzer in, getting his hips parallel, and not giving up the 2.
Well, he tacked at the hip. You got one chance on that, and that's just basically to catch him by surprise. Kind of got there, but again, as I said before, the guy who's able to probably attack below the knee on the feet Success with that is probably going to win this match. Now we're into a different phase here with the ride-out situation.
2 30-second periods. As part of this tiebreaker one, each wrestler will be in the top and bottom position. Morrison turns and faces and gets out in 8 seconds. It takes the 2-1 lead. They'll wrestle through each 30-second period. Riding time is cumulative and is the deciding factor if we end up in a tiebreaker 2 situation. If they are knotted up, we'll repeat the process, sudden victory, 2 tiebreakers, come back and do it again if riding time's not a factor after the second tiebreaker period. That's a lot to take in with a simple concept of this overtime.
Yeah, we're in the rodeo phase of this.
Of course, right now, with Morrison having the stall call against him, that's going to be a factor here. If he's going to drop down to that ankle and hang on, almost by rule, you've got to put your fist in the air.
Good point, Jason. And but Morrison's not doing that. He's moving up off the waist. Up a little bit high right now. He's looking for an opportunity to drop back down. Try to bump a little bit. Nice job by Dardanes getting his hips out, creating separation, making the turn.
8 seconds of riding time now for Morrison with 8 seconds to go in the second half of tiebreaker 1. And we appear to be going to sudden victory 2, so we'll repeat the process. 1 minute back on the clock. First score wins. One of the beauties of wrestling, sudden victory.
Yeah, 1 minute on the clock. There's a nice little
post
attempt.
Angle.
He followed it up again. Now he's going to work off that underhook. Nice job at lowering his level, Morrison. Defensively, Dardanes just looks a little bit more alert than we saw in the last match.
Morrison better circle in or else, yeah, there he does. He was going to back straight out. He puts himself at risk for a stall call, and you never want the official to be put in that type of situation to decide the match.
And Dardanes doing a nice job of hustling back to the center of the mat, making a good impression on the official. But remember that sequence there, the guy that got the shot off was Morrison.
Here come the Bluebirds. Egghamholt calling for a stall corner.
Again, attacking below the knee, Jason. He's got 22 seconds left to go ahead and finish this scramble situation. Now Dardanes is a better situation to go ahead and roll through on this. But Morrison has cut the corner. Now that left shoulder of Dardanes is inside of that knee, not going to get the points.
And we'll do it again with the top and bottom. Of course, the riding time cumulative here, 8 seconds in favor of Morrison. Now it'll be Dardanes starting down, as Morrison started the first half down the last time through.
See right there, Dardanes is flaring his toes out to the right-hand side. He gets the right hand. Oh, the clock wasn't set.
Well, we got some clock hijinks, and now both coaches are going to come give the official an earful. As one of the fans behind us simply projects his favoritism.
Yeah, well, they're going to go ahead and start the whole sequence over again. And that's a break for Morrison because he didn't get a good start. And clock operator having a difficult time setting the 30 seconds. There it goes. That's Minnesota fans feel like their athlete has a physical advantage here. Don't want to give their opponent a break.
And let's try it all over again. Short sit by Dardanes. Reaches back. Probably not a good idea to reach back there, Jim.
Well, now Morrison's doing a nice job of controlling the hips. He's got the near leg lock. Buying himself a lot of time right now. Short time. Explosion by Dardanes into the reversal.
Oh, what a reversal.
Yeah.
This place is on its feet.
Yeah. Now they're going to go. Morrison will have the opportunity to go down.
Did you see that one coming, Jim Gibbons?
Well, you know these two are competing pretty hard out there. Dardanes just basically exploded. He created that hip separation. It was just too much for Morrison to hang on. He was flat with the shoelaces. He wasn't able to follow with that pressure and kind of really pulled Dardanes back on him when he made the turn.
Now 18 seconds ago, it's Dardanes going to have to ride him out to win. He's going to give up and escape. And now there's a stall warning on Dardanes. Oh, man.
Well, that's it. That's under the circumstances, that's not a bad call, but that didn't necessarily hurt.
You got another one to burn. Just don't give up the escape. It's going to be one or the other.
I wouldn't change positions a bit. Now drops down on the ankle, holds it pretty tight. This is going to be a nice win for Chris Dardanes. Nice comeback after the semifinal match against Iowa.
You can hear the crowd behind us. Minnesota on their feet. Tiebreaker 2, a 4-2 victory at 133 pounds for Chris Dardanes. The Minnesota Golden Gophers.